Perhaps the Black Holes. I think this is their fourth fighter.
They've had a lot of competitors. They had a lot earlier in the day, too.
Yeah, definitely within the tournament, now in the Submission Showcase, they are definitely here deep. So we have David Durao versus Billy Pedro, and Billy immediately wants a guard. Whoa.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
So you see with the FAA guys, they come from, they have an extensive Jiu-Jitsu program, but their base is MMA, so these guys are like super stud athletes that just move. So you're going to see a real exciting match here.
Let me look over the monitor.
Yeah, that's a better vantage point.
Thank you so much. All right, so not exactly a half guard. It's kind of like a weird.
Yeah, he's got that little hook in there. It's not a quarter guard. It's not a half guard, but it's a passable guard. I'll say that.
Yeah, I mean, unless there's something we can't see, where maybe.
Well, yeah, it could be a little tricky, but you definitely want to free up that left leg just a little bit. Just a little bit. You can backstep that too if you.
There we go.
There we go. He's gonna go to that heel hook. Gonna go to it. Let's see.
No.
Okay.
So I think during that time frame, I think David may have felt the threat of being like elevated because we couldn't see clearly how Billy had his two arms underneath.
Right. So you can't feel that balance point, right?
But we can't see how the leg is like pedaled underneath.
Right. So.
So apologies from home if you guys see something we don't see. We're looking at it from a certain angle. We do look over to the monitor, but.
And of course, in a lot of cases, I say one thing and then something else completely different happens. All right, let's see the pressure. So David's going to use a lot of pressure. Oh man, I watched him pulling on that leg like that, and my knees are hurting.
Oh, I already got a little ref warning there. We having like a little eye rake.
I didn't see it, but yeah, the hand's got in the face a little bit. Ooh, with that leg pull.
Nice.
I don't have an LCL on my left knee anymore, so I don't do that anymore.
No, I don't have a meniscus anymore.
Yeah, those. Ooh, I don't like that leg being in there, but these young guys.
Super heavyweight PJ.
Oh.
Oh man.
It's like I've always been on the smaller end of heavyweight, so I've had to get the ultra heavyweights on top of me, and with it, you just don't pull your leg in like that anymore. It's just those days are over.
So this is a great thing I'm seeing here from Billy underneath, right? So Billy's obviously he's trying to use his right arm, it's like framing against his forearm. He's trying to like move himself out, trying to scoot himself out. Like we said earlier, move yourself, not your opponent, and that's clearly what he's done because David is clearly trying to set himself up for the text, not really putting pressure. He's like trying to.
Yeah, this match, I can promise you ahead of time is that
David's
going to be he's going to be the top player the whole time, and Billy's going to be the bottom player. That doesn't mean one guy's got the advantage over the other. What you have is a slicker jiu-jitsu player versus the MMA kind of aggressive style. Yeah, we'll see how this pans out. It's an interesting matchup.
And one thing I am enjoying seeing is that like Billy just goes for like that shallow half.
His guard is pretty dynamic so far, and he's pretty confident in it, and he's certainly confident in the durability of his joints. I'll tell you that.
Yeah. Oh, looks like she's trying to attack the arm there, but it's like hey, like enjoy that shallow half.
Yeah, he's trying to tie it up. So this is pretty interesting what I'm about to say here, because I think thus far I've kind of edged towards when matches are close towards the top player, but I do actually see Billy doing a little bit more from the bottom.
So
and he's going into that leg lock, but you got to be careful because both sides.
Yeah, and you
live by the sword, you die by the sword.
And yeah, are we 50-50 in here? Is that
we are 50-50. I don't know what the ref is going to do with this here, but the answer to the 50-50 is heel hooks.
Themselves.
Yep. That's right.
Whoa, that's.
There he goes, going to the knee bar.
Ooh, yeah.
Going to that knee bar, and now he's going to go to the foot. Let's see.
Oh, I saw it in his face. He puffed it out.
So this is a sort of guard play that I really appreciate, where it's movement, it's aggressive for. Yeah, kind of a pseudo can opener.
Legal and submission grappling.
Yeah, that was some. They took all my fun stuff away from 20 years ago. Can openers, heel hooks, and the heel hooks are back now, I guess.
I love it. I mean, it's kind of like one of those weird things, right? You could say stacking him, but at the same time, I think Billy is totally comfortable where he is.
At this point, this is Billy kind of stacking him. Earlier, it was David was stacking him, but Billy's going for the tie up the leg here.
Yeah, he's gonna attack that leg.
I don't know what sort of splicer's under there, but let's see what he's gonna.
He's gonna use
pull
his,
out of his
he's gonna use
pad
that
here.
right leg you see on top, and I think he's gonna extend it and try to lift to disengage. Use my hand to disengage David's leg, so he can like separate him out. It's kind of like a weird splayed arm knee bar. Yeah.
It does look like Billy's a little more comfortable in these leg entanglements. That he's got a legitimate game plan, and I think David's looking just to get out of dodge here.
Yeah.
And if Billy winds up on top, see, that's big for me in terms of looking at this match.
But I think you said it before. I think they're both equally comfortable with the leg attacks. And
it just looked to me like maybe Billy had a little bit more of a game plan down there, where David was a little bit on the run. So I'm edging right now. I think Billy's being the aggressor.
Yeah.
Even though he's on the bottom. See, being on top doesn't automatically mean you're the aggressor.
Oh, very nice. Very nice movement there, just to stay with
those guys are super athletes over at FAA, and here they.
Very good.
Of course, he's being coached by, one of Connecticut's finest MMA fighters, Nick Newell.
Oh.
Sitting right over in the corner there.
I'm like so focused on the fighters, I'm not even looking at their corner.
Well, I have a little ADD, so I'm looking all over the place, but.
Yeah. So, like, Billy once again back on bottom, and let's see if I can see a time. No. Definitely, this one's gonna be a tough one.
It's gonna be a tough one, but I have my thoughts right now. If it ended now, what I'm thinking. But we'll wait and see how this all pans out, because you know what? In sub only, it really doesn't matter.
Well,
I think
we're gonna like go the same way, because we had like the clear submission attempts earlier, so I think that's what's gonna edge it out.
I believe so, but there's still a lot of jiu-jitsu left, and we'll see how this thing shakes out here.
And it looks like Billy once again framing, pushing him away.
Let's see.
Billy might get some guard game. Fine. Oh.
See, I want to see Billy keep up that pace with.
No,
he's going to the rubber guard here. I don't know if he's got a full rubber. Yeah, he's going for just a high guard at this point. But that's what I like to see. Just keep working different guards. Be aggressive.
A lot of people tend to forget. They get enamored by like the rubber guard. Dude, you get so many attacks once your legs are up that high.
Yeah, I mean, look. High guards are great. Rubber guards are great. I mean, there's what's really great is when you have a whole bunch of different ones. When your A, B, and C stuff isn't working for you, you go on to option D and see if you can create a mystery for the guy.
Yeah, and David did a really good thing there, right? He saw he was like climbing up his legs, and he shifted his weight to kind of like cross body, like behind the thigh, kind of like the
right. He shut it down pretty good. Yeah, I mean, if you're an MMA fighter, you probably have seen. I'm not saying that David's an MMA fighter, but he comes from an MMA-based school.
Oh, there he goes, Billy.
See, he dropped back for his own leg lock. I got to give him some credit there. This is going to be a tough one to score, Walter. And let's see, he's going for his own. I don't think anything's brewing with that toe hold.
He's got it. No, he doesn't.
He's in chain. He's going to try and fight through it. Oh, wow, he fought through it. You could see him wince in the air in pain.
Well, this is a toughie.
It's a toughie, but I got to tell you, I'm pretty confident in picking Billy as the winner here
this is
for the variety of things that we talked about throughout the match. And it
was a great match.
Yeah, it was. And I'm not going to underline it on my scorecard just yet, but
some really great moving from both of them.
Yeah, no.